right, welcome to Alt Culture Weekend. Hope you have been having a good week. This is a big Saturday because we're going to have a big Sunday tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Grammys, biggest night in music, so we're going to be having a sort of a Grammys-themed Alt Culture Weekend this evening. But we're going to be talking about some other stuff as well. We're going to be talking about some new foods that have come out, some things going on around town, and, some new movies and entertainment that you should be aware of. I am particularly excited to talk to you about the Grammys because I'm a big fan of lists. Before we'll be getting into some of the categories to look out for in some of the following segments, but for now I want to tell you a little bit about who to expect to be performing. We got Billie Eilish, Billy Joel, he just came out with some new music recently, and then Dua Lipa, Brandi Carlile, Tracy Chapman is returning to the stage, Fast Car, that she's going to perform with Luke Combs. SZA, Travis Scott, U2, Olivia Rodrigo, a whole bunch of people going to be performing at the Grammys. Might have to tune in, might have to see what's going on. But I want to tell you a little bit about some music that just is very new, that just came out yesterday. One of the new artists that I want to put a focus on is this artist, Joe Wong. He's got this album out, Mere Survival. It's very spacious, vibey, lush is a good word to describe it. So Joe Wong, his background is he's composed some music for a lot of Netflix originals, including Russian Doll, Midnight Gospel, Master of None, if you're familiar with any of those. And you can sort of see that background, those influences on this album, because there's a lot of variety on it. It's sort of got a singer-songwriter vibe. He's got like a classic sound to him, like the Carpenters or something like that. But he sort of takes his alternative music in an interesting direction, and so I wanted to play for you tonight his song, So Much Ground. So it may start off and you may be like, is this a rock song? But stay tuned, because the second half, you'll know that it is.
Tuscaloosa's only source for everything alternative. Alt 1017.
Hey, welcome back to Alt Culture Weekend. My name is Noah. It was an interesting experience with music this week, because usually there's a good amount of albums coming out. There's most of the time I can start to listen to something and be like, okay, this is going to be, I can find a good song. This week, I don't know. This week was a little rough for music. There weren't a ton of highlights. I found some music from these bands that I'm going to play for you tonight, these five groups. And then there's one in particular that's my favorite group. They get the gold star of the night that I'll be introducing in a moment here. But I went and saw this new movie. Maybe you've seen some promotional material for this new movie, Argylle. It's this, I guess, a spy action comedy. Sort of the basic plot is that this author of like spy books, her name's Ellie Conway, and she finds out that her books are predicting the future of global, national, international espionage happenings. And so she gets caught up in a spy ring as she tries to take down the bad guys and everything. And she's like, it's a fish out of water. I'm literally just a girl, and I have to take down the spies. What the heck? So we got some fun stuff going on with that. Pretty stacked cast. We got Bryce Dallas Howard in the leading role. Then you got Sam Rockwell. John Cena's in it. Henry Cavill. Samuel L. Jackson. So just a ton of people showing up. Bryan Cranston. So here's the thing with this movie. Is I went into it being like, this movie is probably going to be super dumb. Everything I saw about it, I was like, okay, this movie looks super, super stupid, and I'm not expecting it to be like Mission Impossible or like super, or like John Wick or anything, It looks like it's just going to be kind of dumb. And so I think that was the perfect expectation to go into it with, because I went into the movies and I just had fun with it. It was like, I think it was a little self-aware, not to the fourth wall breaky zone, but I think it was aware that it was kind of stupid, and that we're just gonna have fun. We're gonna have some dumb fun, and it's gonna be some interesting fight sequences, and there's gonna be some funny stuff going on, but we're not gonna go full Deadpool on you. We're not gonna go full fourth wall break. We're just gonna have fun, and we're gonna be sincere about it. And it's like the perfect date night movie. So if you don't have any plans yet for Valentine's Day, it's coming up soon. It's less than 2 weeks now, just about 10 days away. I mean, hey, it'll still be in theaters. Go check it out. It's just a fun little thing. There's like some romance going on in it. So yeah, that is my review of Argylle. It's either a 1-star movie or a 5-star movie. depending on what your expectations are. And my expectations were perfect, so it's a 5-star movie for me. You can go see all the other new movies that are out this week, everything that's going on in movies, up on alt1017.com right now. We've got an article, so go check it out, and you can see what's going on there. But it's Grammys tomorrow. So I want to get back to that, and I want to tell you a little bit about the general field. So the way the Grammys work is they got their genre categories and they got the general field. General field's like the main stuff, like album of the year, song of the year, all that stuff. So I want to tell you, I want to highlight who is in album of the year. So which is kind of like the best picture or whatever. It's like the big category. So the one that we are rooting for as people who like alternative music, as rock music, that we're keeping an eye on is there's a few that you could go for. There's Boy Genius with The Record. So maybe some might say like the truest alternative rock album. There's Olivia Rodrigo with Guts, which some of her stuff is very poppy, but some of her stuff leans more into rock. We can agree. Ballad of Homeschooled Girl is nominated for best rock song, so it's a little rocky. And then there's Lana Del Rey's Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard. So album of the year at the Grammys tomorrow night. Someone's gonna take it. And you got to pull for at least one of those. One of these three ladies, one of these three girl groups, you got to pull for. So Boy Genius, Lana Del Rey, and Olivia Rodrigo are up for Album of the Year. And all those could sort of be categorized in alternative music, rock music to some degree. So if you got thoughts on who you want to win Album of the Year, send me a message on the Alt1017 app. It's a free app. All you have to do is just send me a little message, and I'll read it, and I might even respond to you. No, I'll definitely respond to you. I'll let you. I won't leave you hanging. All right, we gotta play some more music, and so I'm gonna do something a little special effects here. Is I'm gonna start playing this a little bit underneath me, because I want to get you into the vibe of this new band. This is my Gold Star band of the night. Gold Star album of the night is from The Last Dinner Party, and their new album is Prelude to Ecstasy. And I really like this album. There's really good at dynamics. They won't just play a song boring all the way through. They're gonna add some interesting bits. You see, this band, The Last Dinner Party, they've got this song "Sinner." Noah Kahan is, I'd say he's some alternative music. He's got some alt folk going on, and Noah Kahan is up at the Grammys for Best New Artist. I know there's some other folks that are up for Best New Artist. You may be a fan of the Ice Spice, you may be a fan of the Victoria Monet, and I see that, I appreciate that. But if you're listening to the show, if you're a fan of alternative music, you gotta support Noah Kahan. I could potentially give you a pass if you want to support Gracie Abrams, because she's kind of pop, but she's got a little bit of singer-songwriter. She's actually done a collab with Noah Kahan. So if you're gonna go with someone else, I can let the Gracie Abrams fans get a pass, but you gotta go with Noah Kahan, guys. That's what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and punch through the rest of the main categories, because I don't want to spend too much time on those, because you know how the Grammys are. They're probably not going to give the main categories to one of our alt guys, one of our rock folks, one of our metal girlies. They're going to give it to someone. They're going to give it to one of these other categories. So we're just going to pop through those real quick, and then in one of our upcoming breaks, we're going to go over the genre categories. So up for Record of the Year, so that's for like the production, engineering, mixing of the song. We got Boy Genius, Not Strong Enough, and then kind of maybe Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo. You could maybe push for that one, but you should go for Boy Genius. And then in Song of the Year for the songwriting is A&W by Lana Del Rey. And then, once again, kind of Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo, if you're going that Olivia Rodrigo is a rock artist, which she is a little bit, maybe not fully. So, Album of the Year, you could do like a Boy Genius sweep just about all across the categories. So, what I would recommend is that you go Boy Genius for Album of the Year. For Song of the Year, you go A&W by Lana Del Rey. For Record of the Year, you go Not Strong Enough by Boy Genius. And then for Best New Artist, you go for Noah Kahan. Now, if you're just talking about me, that's what I would recommend that you do. So that way you can be, if you want to be one of the real ones, that's what you got to go for. So that's some of the Grammys. We're going to get to more of the genre categories. And if you want to skip ahead, in the lesson, you can go ahead and go to alt107.com right now. I got all these categories up on the website that you can check out. Or if you're listening on the app, it's on the app too. It's probably near the top of the feed right there. That you can look at all these categories, and you can refer to it tomorrow if you want to, whenever you're watching the Grammys. But, I got to tell you a little bit about food. Because we're talking about music, but, what's the best thing to do when you're listening to music? Obviously, eat dinner. What I want to recommend that you do is you might want to try one of these new snacks. There's 2 new desserts that are out. We got a fan for, if you're a fan of cookies, I got one for you. If you're a fan of ice cream, I got one for you. So the new ice cream flavor that is out, I think it came out last week. But I didn't pick up a canister of it. I didn't pick up a pint of it until this week. So Bluebell Ice Cream came out with a new flavor. Cinnamon Twist is the name of it. And I was quite intrigued. So I went and got a pint of Cinnamon Twist at my local eating establishment, and I thought it was okay. I was a little disappointed. The first bite, I was like, this sucks. And then I wanted ice cream, so I went back, pulled it out of the freezer, and I was like, you know what? I guess I'll eat it. And I kept eating it, and I was like, okay, it's all right. It tastes a lot like a Snickerdoodle. And it's one of those that has got little bits in it of like other stuff. I don't know what they say that it is. It says, with tasty cinnamon bun dough pieces. You could have fooled me. They kind of just tasted like something. I couldn't even describe it to you. And I was like, this is a very disappointing flavor. I thought it's a little too cinnamony. It's a little too whatever. The bits don't really mesh well. And I was like, bleh. But then I really wanted some ice cream, like I said. And then when I got it, I ate most of the thing. So it's okay. If you're a big fan of cinnamon flavor, go try it out. But if you're not, I don't think it's gonna win you over. What might win you over though is if you're a fan of cookies. Oreo has a new flavor out. They just dropped it. It's called Space Dunk, and it's got like some marshmallow. It's got like blue and pink marshmallow. It's got some Pop Rocks in it, and you eat it and you can feel them popping in your mouth. And it's addictive like most Oreos. It tastes pretty good. It tastes like sickly sweet, almost a little too much. The only thing I would say is the integrity of the Oreo, of the outer layers, the bun of the Oreo, is it's not put together too well. It kind of falls apart every time you pick it up, just because the marshmallow double layers are like so stacked up. So, if that throws you off, maybe don't eat that. But what I would recommend is if someone has a box of these, is eat one and then decide if you want to go buy one, because it's gonna have like 100 of these. If you don't like the first one, you may not like the rest. So I don't think they're going to win you over there. So there's just some snack recommendations. But we got to play some more great music. Liquid Mike is our band up next. And they've got a new album out called Paul Bunyan's Slingshot. This band's a bit of punk rock. If you like a short listen, this album's only 25 minutes long. It's got a bunch of short songs. And it sounds like Ben Folds a little bit. So I like their vocal flexion on a lot of their stuff. I'm going to play you Mousetrap by Liquid Mike. So let's get right to it. Here we go. It's Liquid Mike. Right here on Alt 1017.
We're not going to tell you how to live your life, but we are going to tell you to download the Alt 1017 app now.
Tuscaloosa's new alternative is Alt 1017.
Hey, you're listening to Alt Culture Weekend here on Alt 1017. My name is Noah, joining you here tonight. We're here every Saturday night, 6 to 7 p.m. We've been talking tonight. It's been Grammys preview night a little bit here on the show, but I want to take a little break to talk about music as a wider scale. And they might mention this a little at the Grammys tomorrow. I don't know. But if they do, you'll be informed. If you're a fan of TikTok and you've been on the TikTok lately trying to make some videos, you may have had some issues with some of the music you were using, because UMG, Universal Music Group, and TikTok came to a disagreement the past couple days. On Thursday, the contract ended between the licensing agreement of the music between UMG and TikTok, and the two companies were unable to reach a new agreement. So UMG pulled all their music from TikTok. So now you can't use any of those artists under that group in your TikToks. So let me give you an example of some of the people you can't use. They have like hundreds of artists under their label, but here are a few: the 1975, All American Rejects, All Time Low, Black Eyed Peas, Blink 182. What? You can't use Blink 182? All these people. I mean, I'm just in the B's right now. Alicia Cara, The Carpenters, Miley Cyrus, DaBaby, Def Leppard, Lana Del Rey. None of these folks can you use in your TikToks because TikTok and UMG, that label, that massive label, were unable to come to agreement on licensing these songs. So how's this going to affect things? They obviously they want to come to a better deal. They want to be sort of compensated better by TikTok, the music label, to make a little more money, and because they see that they are benefiting the platform by providing their music, and they think TikTok should compensate them more to be able to use it freely by all its users. So we'll have to see how this affects things going forward, as because a lot of people use TikTok for promotion and to spread songs, to find new songs, and it may not affect some of these bigger bands that are already sort of well known, but some of these smaller ones are a sound that gets resurfaced. Old songs get resurfaced all the time on TikTok and get rediscovered, so it may have some effect on that, because if you just look up the Wikipedia page, there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of names. Florence and the Machine, Jessie J, Mumford and Sons, all these people are under this, Pierce the Veil are under this group, Pink Floyd, that they can't be played anymore. So do you think, obviously the label is going to do what they're going to do, but how do you think this is going to affect TikTok? How has it affected you so far? As someone who's a user or a creator, have you seen any effects, or has it been kind of negligible on your TikTok experience? And if you're not a TikTok user, do you not care at all? Is this just like people talking about how they're tired of seeing Taylor Swift at all the sports games? Or you're just like, I'm not involved in that. I don't care. Are you just tired of that? Are you just tired of hearing about this? Send me a message on the Alt 1017 app and let me know. I'd love to hear what you think. We got another segment of Grammys that I want to hit. I want to hit the genre categories. We've been talking about all those alt artists, all these alternative rock artists, metal artists. I want to see who's up for the big awards tomorrow. So in the genre categories, and I've got, like I said earlier, I've got all these in a segment up on alt1017.com that you can go check out right now. I just want to hit a few of these, and we got to hit the alternative categories. I may not list every single one, but I'm gonna go through some of them. I want to hit a few of these. So up at the Grammys, there are 6 categories in rock, metal, and alternative genres. So best rock performance, best rock song, best alternative music performance, best metal performance, best rock album, and best alternative album. So I'll hit a few of these. Up for best rock song, you've got Rolling Stones, Queens of the Stone Age, Foo Fighters, some of these classic bands, but you also got some new folks. You got Boy Genius with Not Strong Enough, and Olivia Rodrigo with Ballad of a Homeschool Girl. So we got some variety, the old people and the old guard, and then the new folks, new kids on the block, up for best rock song. In best metal, if you're a metalhead, Metallica's up, Slipknot, Ghost, Spirit Box, and Disturbed are all up for best metal performance. And then let's hit some of these albums. We got best rock album, Foo Fighters' new album, But Here We Are, Greta Van Fleet's Starcatcher, Metallica, 72 Seasons, Queens of the Stone Age, In Times New Roman, and then the one that I'm pulling for, the one that you may have been hearing on our station, some of this music from, is Paramore's This Is Why. The return of Paramore, I was happy to see. They came back onto the scene with a great new single, great new album, and so I am pulling in the rock category for This Is Why by Paramore. If you're not, you're a loser. You're silly in the head. That's all I gotta say to you. If you're not pulling for Paramore tomorrow night for the best rock album, you're goofy. That's all I have to say to you. Best alternative album is we got Arctic Monkeys with The Car, Boy Genius with The Record, Lana Del Rey with Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard, Gorillaz, happy to see them here, with Cracker Island. I feel like that was a good album, but it was like, I didn't hear too many people talk about that. But Gorillaz, and then PJ Harvey with Eye Inside the Old Year Dying. So we've got an interesting variety here in Best Alternative, which is honestly, that's how it should be. That's how I like to see some variety. What am I going to be going for? I would almost say, sorry, now, Lana Del Rey fans, I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of Lana Del Rey, not a big fan of that type of music. I played you a little Katy Kirby last week to satisfy the Lana Del Rey fans, but I'm not super big into that type of music. I would almost say the Gorillaz, because I do like the Gorillaz, but I think I'm going to have to go with Boy Genius. And, I think they just might get it. They're up for Album of the Year as well. I think they might take it. So I'm going to go with Boy Genius in Best Alternative Album, and then we'll round it out. Best Alternative Music Performance. We got Always, Arctic Monkeys, Boy Genius, Lana Del Rey, Paramore for This Is Why. I think Paramore might take it, but I think Paramore might take it for This Is Why. I think they want to recognize them. So you should go for just to do across the board. What I think you should be rooting for tomorrow is Boy Genius for Best Alternative Album, Paramore for Best Rock Album, Best Male Performance, Slipknot with Hive Mind. We're going to go with that one. Best Alternative Music Performance, we're going to go This Is Why. Best Rock Song, we're going to go Not Strong Enough. And Best Rock Performance, we're going to go... I like the Black Pumas. I'm going to go with More Than a Love Song by Black Pumas. So that's who I think you should go for if you want to go see all the categories. You want to see all this laid out, because me saying it doesn't help you visualize it. Go check out alt1017.com right now, or look at the app if you're listening on the app. We're going to get to some music here. I was really debating putting this song on the playlist tonight because I was like, is this going to be alternative music? But we can make it what we want to. We got Meth Math. Meth Math's got their new album, Chupatones. It's got like... It's definitely got hyper pop influences, but it's mixed with like some Latin influences. Perreo pop is what I saw. It's like a style of dance and party music, kind of similar to reggaeton, but it's there's a lot of EDM influences on this one. It's kind of droney. It's got some very electronic. So I may be going out on a limb here, but I want to play this song for you. It's Abdudica, which is like abducted, abductee is what my understanding of the translation. So just take a listen. If you hate it, that's okay. But if you like it, send me a message on the Alt1017 app and let me know. All right, here's Meth Math with Abdudica.
WQRR, Reform, Tuscaloosa's new alternative, Alt1017.
Hey, this is Alt Culture Weekend. My name is Noah. We're wrapping things up here on the show. We got just a few minutes left before we got to head on to the next bit of programming. Childish Gambino is having a big week. His movie, new movie, the remake of Mr. and Mrs. Smith just came out yesterday on Amazon Prime. So if you got Amazon Prime and you're a fan of action movies with romance, go check out that new remake. It could be good. I got to go check it out myself. But also with Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, he said that the Community movie script, if you're a fan of the TV show Community, has been completed. So now the script has been completed, and they're going to be working on it. So that is big news for any Community fans out there. So shout out to Donald Glover for having a good week this week. Here in Tuscaloosa, a little news that I want to put out there for my people who are good around their alcohol. Session Cocktails is having a cocktail challenge, so that all you have to do, they're going to have an opportunity for anyone who knows their way around a shaker, is what they say. You're going to participate in making little cocktails, and there's going to be a prize for first place. You can see all the details on Session Cocktails Instagram, which is just at Session Cocktails. If you missed all that information, but you're a good cocktail person, just send me a message on the Alt1017 app and I'll give you all the details. You got to sign up by Monday, February 5th. They got a form in their bio. That's at Session Cocktails on Instagram. Wrapping things up with the show, just like I said, I got to get out of here. I got to play you some of this music, but let me tell you a bit about it. Our last band for tonight is The Thing. Their new album out is The Thing Is, and this album is just like a pure rock album. It's kind of got like a throwback style, a little 70s. The drums on this album are really good, and in the song that I'm going to play, You're the One, I really like the repetition of lyrics, the use of vocals that sort of turn the vocal into an instrument. Most of these songs, they don't really have a chorus, so if you enjoy this type of thing, if you just enjoy this pure rock, you're gonna love this album. So I'm gonna play you "You're the One" by The Thing from The Thing Is, their newest album that just came out yesterday. We're playing you new music every Saturday from 6 to 7 right here on Alt Culture Weekend. Grammys are tomorrow. We'll be talking about we'll have at least one segment next Saturday, summing up what happened, talking about the wins, talking about what we thought, talking about our reactions. We gotta pull for the alt people, guys. We gotta pull for the rock people. We gotta pull for the metal people, and we're gonna go all the way. Here's The Thing with "You're the One" right here on Alt 1017 WQRR. Tune in next week, and we'll be doing it again.